Let's move to the next topic, inflation, one of my favorite topics to talk about. It's a big problem. Dave, it spiked by 5.4% in July after the same amount in June. Many economists and most of the American people, according to polling from Harvard and HarrisX, say that the continued government spending would spike inflation even higher because of inflation. For example, a $50,000 nest egg lost almost $2,000 of purchasing power in the past 7 months alone. That hurts retirees. And even though we've had a rise in weekly earnings since January, up by 15.59, because of the ravages of inflation, the real wages have actually dropped by 8.99, the largest real dollar drop in wages since the BLS began collecting the data in 2006. So we're now getting pay cuts instead of, on paper it says, a pay raise. People are feeling the pinch. Do you think that finally we're going to stop the government binge spending? First of all, and then second of all, do you personally, Dave, think that government spending contributes to inflation?
Well, I think what we've spent so far is fine. In my world, we would do the $1 trillion infrastructure bill that was passed bipartisanly, and that would be it. We don't need the human infrastructure, as they euphemistically call it. But let's put that aside for a moment and get to the core thing. Is this inflation? Is it something to really worry about? And I will say that this does remind me of the 70s in only one way, and that is that it's front page news. Everybody's talking about it. You're hearing about it all over. But if you let's take a look at a couple of things. First of all, I still maintain that most of these price increases are a result of a COVID bounce back that caused a surge in demand with thin inventories and supply chain issues. Also, people were shying away from services, right? You couldn't go to the hotels or the movies, so they took a lot of their pent up money and spent it even more on goods. So I still maintain that this is not a long term thing. I think that it may go through the end of the year, but this is not the 70s. And most importantly, the question we should be asking, does this require action from the Fed, which means slower growth and higher unemployment? And my answer to that is unequivocally no.
All right, we shall see.